This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
Hello, good day. Welcome to yet another episode of Your Perspective with me, your homegirl, Mara Samuels. Today, we're going to be talking about the state of the nation, and I have with me in the studio Mr. Fred O'Neill, who has decided to join us to talk about the state of the nation. Before I put him on, it is no news that we as a nation, we are going through a lot. Just this week alone, we've had a lot of sad and we've had a lot of sad stories, and we do not know where to go from here. So I decided to bring my big brother, my father, my colleague, and a friend to come talk with me on the studio today on this show, Your Perspective. Hello, Mr. Fred.
Good to be here. I'm really happy for you to have me here. But Father,
I'm happy to have you. Yes.
Father, hey, now it's a tough one. But hey, it's all good. We're here to talk about the state of the nation.
The state of the nation. It's so, Mr. Fred. How would you describe, in one sentence, how would you describe the current state of the nation?
The current state of the nation is on a very staggering way, if I have to put it that way. We are on a roller coaster of activities, whether on the socio-political ground, on the economical scale. You know, we you said in a sentence.
Yeah.
We are grappling to survive. That's the way I would put it.
I agree. We're actually grappling to survive. And like I said, just this week alone, we've had some really terrifying news that has put so many of us on the edge. And just this week alone, we heard of the attack on the CAC church in Eriko Town, Kwara State. We also heard of the kidnappings of the schoolgirls in Kebbi. We also heard of, just yesterday we heard of the sentencing of the IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he's fondly called. And then just this morning we heard of another attack in another school in Niger State. All of this in the space of 1 week, right? So, what do you think Nigerians should feel at a time such as this?
At a time as this, what Nigerians should feel, or what we are feeling right now, is a sad day. Is a day, or this period of mourning, because deaths have also been recorded. You understand? Deaths have been recorded and kidnaps here and there. It is a period of reflection where we have to, in football, we say go back to the drawing board, but it's not about going back to the drawing board. I think it's about going back to the basics now. We have to go a total overhauling of our political space, of our constitution, most especially, and of course, the how will I put it now? Nationhood we have to go for nationhood building now, because I think that is something that is missing as it is right now. Yeah. We have forgotten all about patriotism. It's all about self. And that is one of the major problems that we're having in this country right now. So simply put, we are in a very difficult situation, a very sad moment in the history of Nigeria.
Okay, on your perspective is also a conversational show, so do well to join us on our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever you can join us. Follow us, like, share our comments, share our contents, and comment your views and your perspective, because we would love to hear what you think on the current state of the nation. Okay, now back to what we're saying. Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced to life imprisonment. The Federal High Court in Abuja has sentenced the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, to life imprisonment on 4 terrorism charges after finding him guilty beyond reasonable doubt. He has also received 20 years for another count and 5 years on a separate charge, all to run concurrently. Justice James Omotosho ordered that Kanu be kept in a secure facility, barred from devices, or monitored by the National Security Advisor's Office. He also ruled that Kanu's broadcast transmitter be handed over to the federal government, and the judge also said that Kanu has incited violence through repeated broadcasts, including threats to bomb foreign embassies, and these are acts that the court has classified as an international terrorism. He ruled IPOB as a proscribed terror group, condemning its use of terrorism to push for succession. Just yesterday, Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on 7 counts related to terrorism, according to the court. His charges included the acts of terrorism via broadcasting threats, including sit-at-home orders to intimidate the public, issuing sit-at-home directives across the southeast, which the courts said were unconstitutional and amounted to terrorism. What do you think? Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu at the time that happened, do you think that he had all the power to, implement such a rule?
In terms of his activities, because that's what the charges are saying, if that's what you mean.
Yes.
Thank God you said, is my thought. What do I think?
Yes, it's your perspective.
Yes, it's the truth of the matter is, yes, he can rule things from wherever he is, whether in the prison cell, wherever he's been confined to.
Yeah.
It's possible for him to also run the show. It doesn't necessarily have to be on ground to do any of these, but if they have enough evidence and witnesses to testify to these claims or these charges, then it's no brainer. It's no brainer.
Also, the second, he was charged 7 charges. He was charged 7 counts, rather. He was charged on 7 counts, and just read one that he was charged for the acts of terrorism via broadcast threats, including the sit-at-home orders to intimidate. I'm trying to understand what impetus he had to order people to sit at home because of whatever he thought
he is looked upon as a leader in the southeast, in the eastern part of Nigeria. He is revered, let me use that word.
Yeah.
Because he is likened, or is seen before the Easterners as the next Odumegwu Ojukwu, fighting for a cause. And what is that cause? For the Biafran nation.
Okay.
All right. And if there are any mechanism that should be applied to, pass the message, drive home the message to the federal government, the sit-at-home order is one of them. And tell you the truth, if you are in the eastern part of Nigeria, you would definitely feel the effect of that sit-at-home order. So yes, he is someone that gave that order. according to the reports and according to the charges. And the people who carry about these orders, they carry these orders to the letters. Yeah.
He was also convicted as a leader of the IPOB, which we understand it to be the Indigenous People of Biafra team. So he was convicted because he was a leader of that team. And we've had so many other people that have come out to be leaders of different sects, and we've not really heard anything of such about them. So why do you think that the country or the system is particular about this particular one?
This is a very sensitive issue. Now, in the history of Nigeria, go check it out, you will find out that it is only one sect or one part of the country that has been crying for secession, and that is the eastern part of Nigeria. So that's why I said it's a very sensitive issue. When you compare, the examples you are giving now of other in code prescribed unions or what have you, they are not as strong or sensitive as this case from the East. The East have been fighting for Biafra, their own nation, their own sovereign state. And this is a continuation of what the late Odumegwu Ojukwu was all about, even though towards the latter stage of his life, he dropped those moves or movement. But this is one man who has picked it up and said, no, there are procedures on how to go about getting a sovereign state. And he is saying, with all the legalities, with all the legal pronouncement and structures on ground, he is saying that the East is ripe, let me use the word ripe, is ripe for that sovereign state. And that's why it's so sensitive, and that's why these allegations are coming up and charges against him.
Wow. Another criminal charge that was leveled against him, apart from being a member of the, apart from being a member and being a leader of the IPOB, they also charged him against incitement to kill security personnel through his broadcast. The court said he called for violence against police and military.
Yes, I saw this part of it. In fact, before this part, when the charges first came up, we were, asking questions as regards to, does he have, did he really have, or does he really have the power to call for the attack on these military personnel? You are fighting, with all indications, you are fighting against the state. You are fighting against the nation. All right? And
in a bid to carve out your own.
In a bid to go on your own from the country. Yes, and that is treasonable. That's treason. And you know what treason is all about.
But he is not the only person that has been, he's not the only notable person that we all know that is about this kind of thing. We've heard of other persons that, we later do not hear anything about them. We just hear like a lesser court verdict. So why is his own so particular that he had to get a life imprisonment sentence?
Now, lives were involved in this particular scenario. The lives of the police and military personnel that were drafted to keep the peace in that region of the country.
Okay.
Now, from the charge, he was incited. He incited that violence towards that military personnel or the peace personnel. And this he did through that broadcast, radio broadcast. And the government, any government of any day will not take that lightly. Now, you talked about other persons or maybe other associations or group that have come up with the idea of secession and all that. But when you compare those to what Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB have been doing, you will know that their own depth is deeper than even, for instance, the Arewa from the north. I think there's Odua from the west.
Yes.
But are they as loud as that of IPOB? The answer is no, because IPOB, they've gone far. They've gone as far as to the United Nations, if my memory serves me right, about the secession. Has Arewa done that? Has Odua done that? I don't think so. So this case is very sensitive, and whatever he does or whatever he did back then will always come back to haunt him, and that's what the court has done.
All right, going on more of the criminal charges leveled against him, the courts said he encouraged destruction of public property, including police stations, and I think that was during the NSAS protest, according to them. And he was a threat to foreign diplomatic missions. The judgment classified him as an international terrorist for threats against the British High Commission and the U.S. Embassy. Also, they said he had legal importation. He did legal importation of a radio transmitter used for a radio Biafra broadcast, like you just said. And you know, this also says a lot about the person in question, because we also have videos of him, you know, being aggressive and
during the court process.
Yes, during the court process. I would appreciate that if we have. I would appreciate it if we have it on the screen. You know, so that tells you that. So what I saw there is, I see a man that has been pushed to the wall, and you know, he had to bounce back. He had to react. He just had to say something or do something. But then there are so many sides to this story.
Yeah, of course.
There's so many sides to this story. We cannot just take one side and leave the other side. There are so many sides to this story, because in as much as we have the judicial system on one part, we also have him and his team on the other part doing what they have been doing, and that is very very sad. It's also we look forward to hearing from you, our dearest viewers. We would love to hear from you to know what you think. Okay, we have the video.
Yeah, and when you look at this video, you see the altercation going on between Nnamdi Kanu and, of course, the presiding, judge on the day, which is Omotosho. Yes. Now, there were some arguments about the legality of some of the things that were brought against him, and that was why he was shouting at his,
and asking, where is it in the law?
Yes, where is it in the Constitution? Show me in the law and all that. You know, it was drama in that High Court in Abuja yesterday. I mean, and of course, he was led out of the courtroom to bring some calmness.
Okay, look at that now.
To bring some calmness into the proceedings.
He poked the guy. Can you say that?
You know, so the whole thing is, like you rightly said, these whole charges were coming, I mean, just from one angle, from his own angle, because what the court was trying to do, what the court was trying to do that yesterday was trying to let him know that he had a window to defend the charges that were leveled against him, but he did not make use of it, and that's why the conviction came. You understand? That's why this judgment came, that he has been sentenced to life imprisonment because he could not defend.
Because according to them, they said, according to the judge, he said it would have been a death sentence, but life is in the hands of God, so he's going to make it life imprisonment.
Well, the good thing is not the Supreme Court that has passed the judgment, so he has every right to go for an appeal. So we'll watch this space.
Interesting. It's very sad to see that, you know, we have our fellow Nigerian in such a space as this. Will I call him helpless at this point? Because I could see how he was, you know, struggling to fight for himself, as the law, apparently, from what we saw and from what he has said, was against him at the time. All right, that's it for Nnamdi Kanu's story. It is of immense importance to us that you follow us on our social media handles, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our TikTok, on X, formerly known as Twitter, on our YouTube. Follow us, subscribe, like, share, comment. We would like to know your perspective and what you think about the state of the nation. Is it affecting you personally? Is it affecting you financially? Do you think the government can do better? What is your suggestion? What do you think the government should do in this situation that we find ourselves in? All right. Also, in this week, we heard that the bandits that kidnapped people from the Anglican Church in Eruku, Kwara State. They are now demanding for 100 million naira ransom for each person that they have abducted. Bandits who abducted worshippers from Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, Ekiti local government area of Kwara State, have reportedly demanded 100 million naira each for each victim. That's about 30 to 35 persons were taken hostage during the Tuesday, November 18th attack just this week, which also has left 3 people dead. A community leader, Chief Olusegun Olukotun, said the kidnappers have begun contacting families, grouping victims by their relatives. He also noted that he escaped through a church window with one family member. The attack triggered a protest by youth who blocked the Ilorin-Kaba highway, accusing security operatives of failing to respond during the hour-long assault. Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak has called for urgent security reinforcements in the area as border communities continue to face rising attacks.
It's shocking. To say the least, about this kind of things that are happening in the country.
I am surprised.
A country where, you know, the kidnappers are the ones taxing Nigerians. Because that's exactly what.
So much effrontery.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. With the audacity, you know, to come forward to say stuff like this, 100 million for each person. I mean, if you saw that video,
yeah,
you'll be amazed, you'll be shocked at the level of rascality that these guys, you know, carry about their activities. And like it rightly said there, an hour-long issue that was going on. Where was the police?
I do not know.
When they called for help, where was the police?
I do not
Are we saying that even in that particular church, there were no security personnel on ground? At least, even if they were outnumbered, they would have called for backup or help.
All right. Do not forget to drop your perspective and what you think in our comments. We will be more than happy to read your comments and your suggestions on what the government should do in a state like this. We go for a quick break and we'll return for more stories on your perspective. Please stay with us.
As a people with one song, with one voice, we're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and truth prevails, our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope grave.
Make a joyful noise unto the Lord right now, everybody.
Festival of Christian Community returns bigger, louder, and more joyful than ever. Hosted by the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Delta Province 20, Champions Cathedral family. This is the 8th edition.
With the powerful theme, Joyful Noise.
From Wednesday 19th to Friday 21st November 2025. Get yourself ready for 3 unforgettable days of praise, worship, and divine encounter.
Ministering Pastor J.F. Odeshola, Pastor K.K. Ndukwe, Pastor Olufemi Olumide, Apostle Michael Oropo, Pastor Isaac Oyedepo, and all the anointed ministers of God. Hosts, Pastor Emmanuel Emefenem. Music ministration by Bob Fitz, Phil Thompson, Michael Stampley, Nathaniel Bassi, Dusin Onyekon, Chioma Jesus, Mercy Chimbo, BJ Sass, Bukola Beck, Mr. M and Revelation, Moses Bliss, Lillian Neji, Bidemi Olaoba, Adenka Alashayori, Prince Emmanuel, Sumisola Okele, Abe Ojomo, Greatman Tackett, Gaise Baba, and the Champions Voices.
Venue, November 19 and 20th, Champions Cathedral Auditorium, 16 to 18 Airport Road, Efferon, at 4 p.m.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
Welcome back from that quick break. The federal government has condemned the attack on Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, Maga, Kebbi State, where the vice principal, Malam Hassan Makuku, was killed and 25 students abducted. In a statement, Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, said security agencies have been directed to locate, rescue, and safely return the girls and to bring the attackers to justice. He added that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains committed to protecting all Nigerians, especially school children. The government expressed solidarity with affected families and reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening internal security and regional cooperation to curb terrorism. Witnesses said gunmen invaded the school on Sunday night, abducted students, and operated without resistance, causing widespread panic. The Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum has issued a strong condemnation regarding the escalating wave of banditry and terrorism across the country. Meeting in Abuja, the regional leaders expressed deep outrage over the recent killing of Brigadier General Uba Musa by ISWAP insurgents in Borno, the abduction of schoolgirls in Kebbi, and the deadly attack on worshippers in Kwara State. But beyond the security crisis, the forum is sounding the alarm on the nation's democracy. On another news, gunmen have reportedly kidnapped an undisclosed number of students during an attack on St. Mary's Primary and Secondary School in Papiri, Niger State. The school, a private Catholic institution located at the Agwara local government area, was attacked on Thursday night. According to sources, the attackers arrived in large numbers, riding on more than 60 motorcycles and accompanied by a van. They reportedly shot the school's gatekeeper, leaving him seriously injured. All right, as we round up this show, we have a lot to say, but we just need to wrap up this show. Mr. Fred, what is your advice to the president? If you had one thing to say to the president, what would it be?
Would he listen? Because there are many persons who have been talking and over again. Would he listen? This is a president who, before he left the country, there were insecurity issues, and he left the country, was going somewhere to South Africa and what have you. And just because another one happened, he had to call it off and what?
And then come back.
He wants to come back to do what?
What is coming back coming to do?
And, you know, while we were on the break, we had this breaking news that even the security personnel that were sent to rescue were ambushed.
Yes.
You know, and injured. Well, we don't have the confirmation about whether there's any casualty, but this is the level of what do you want to advise? And you see, when America, for instance, Donald Trump said he was coming with his own troop, the whole nation was shaking. That was just talking. You know, we have failed as a nation. No matter the what's it called, advice you want to give to the federal government now, it will not work. You know why? They are being compromised. The military guys are being compromised. Look at, for instance, the breaking news now that military personnel are going for rescue and they were ambushed. These are intelligence reports that are being leaked from within. So the system is compromised. What do you want to say?
So you think we need like an overhaul of the system, or? My
goodness. You know, I was even thinking that when the president did that reshufflement, when he retired some military personnel, I thought we were going to see better things.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network. This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network. This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected.
They've been operating right from 1960.
Yes.
Go and find out.
Yes.
If they didn't start, they were boys of those who were then leaders. And they are still doing the same thing now. They are passing the buck to the next generation, to their own boys. So when you talk about the youth, the only time Nigerian youth stood up and would have changed the narrative was in 2020. But the youth were also compromised.
So do you think the hope of the Nigerian youth is still there? Do you think Nigerian youth still have that hope and motivation to believe and fight for the country?
Yes, they do. The only thing is, will they be given the chance, the opportunity? The answer is no.
Looking at what happened in 2020, looking at what happened in 2020, do you think that Nigerian youth, would you advise your child, would you advise your son as a youth to fight for the country?
Definitely I will, if I have others who want to bring their own children to fight as well. Yes. And that is where the late Fela Anikulapo Kuti of blessed memory, a prophet who, you know, we regarded as nonsense. He said something in one of his songs that my people too they fear for everything. Because I get land, I get Peking, I get one thing, I get motor, I get this. You know, that is the problem of the Nigeria of today. We do not, see the word, we do not want to sacrifice. For every nation, for everything, not only nation, for everything in life that has become, that turned out to be good, there was a sacrifice that was paid. From the religious aspect, Christianity, Jesus Christ came and paid the price.
We've had so many sacrifices. People have
what sacrifices? What sacrifices?
Lives. People have died.
No,
killed people
no.
Like, okay, this NSAS process now. People died.
Yes.
Isn't that enough sacrifice?
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. Now, go and check out the history . That's why I love that song. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it is a must for people to die.
Yeah.
But if it happens, let the fight continue. Just like you as a soldier, when you go to the war front, you are going to win something. Yes. And your colleagues are falling on the wayside. Doesn't mean that you have to go back. That's not how they are trained. They continue to the war front and finish that fight and become victors.
So, Mr. Fred, let me ask you this. Would you die for your country? Do you love your country enough to die for your country?
Well, it's a tough question, but I will not shy away from it. If I, like I said earlier on, if I see like minds,
yeah,
I'll definitely die for the country.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was.
Somebody, one of my producers just said, "God forbid," and that's the problem we have in this country. We cannot move forward. We will never move forward. And I keep saying this thing. You know, yeah. People say, "Oh, let's pray for Nigeria." Your prayers will not work. Really? It is time for action.
But then, even the Bible says, "Faith without works is dead." So okay. While we are praying, we can also be working.
That's what I'm saying. No, you have prayed enough.
We have prayed enough.
Actionize.
I think we should, still.
That's what the leaders are using against us. They know that part. They know.
Just praying
and we're not doing anything.
I was going through the news and I saw a hashtag bring back our girls. I almost broke down in tears. I was like, are we back to this? I remember during Jonathan's time we had the Chibok girls, bring back our girls. And then now again, fast forward to how many years later, we are having this same bring back our girls. Where are we going to as a country? Where do we go from here? What are we doing? Why are we going around in circles? No improvements. It's even as if things are getting worse. Do you think it's at this point that we should clamor and we should call for help? Do you think Nigeria needs a call for help at this point?
Well, with the kind of leaders we have today, they will not call for help because that would mean that they are cowards.
No, not the leaders calling for help.
Who want to call for help?
Nigerians.
Have Nigerians not called for help that, what's his name, Trump has spoken, that even those in leadership position are saying for what? They are lying. It's not only the Christians. One of the news we have today, they also said, CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, in one of the news today said, it is not only Christians that they are killing.
Of course.
Both Muslims.
Of course. I'm not saying Christians.
Why is Khan saying that?
Because it's not only Christians that have been killed.
They are trying to.
The Kebbi girls are also Muslims.
You are not getting it. Okay. They are trying to make this thing mellow down.
No,
fire it up. So. Fire it up. People are speaking. People are speaking now.
Yes.
Because you asked, should we call for help? I said the leaders of this country will not do that.
Yes.
You and I are the ones that cried. Some people went to America and cried, and that's why the president of America looked at the situation, and said it's true. He looked at the Christian part of it and said, my people are being killed in this country. I want to go and rescue them.
And then we have leaders saying, no, there are no genocides and he shouldn't bother coming.
But what's going on now?
That's what I'm saying, that it's not just Christians at this point.
I agree with you. I'm not saying it's only the Christians. The question you asked now was, is it time for us to cry? We have been crying out for crying out loud.
Okay, so should we cry to our leaders to what do I ask now? Should we cry to our leaders to allow us cry for help? Because it's as if we are crying and they are crying.
The leaders will not even call for help. They have gotten to the brick wall. They have gotten to the wall.
Because I think that leaders are not affected. Nigerians are the ones that are affected.
They have been pushed to the wall now. In fact, you see, there's no turning back for them, but they are so proud that they will not call for help. Because it's something that is within, and they feel that they can still resolve it. So they will not cry for help. But where we are now, the military has been compromised. There's no way Nigerian military can defeat these people.
You think so, in your opinion?
Why did I say so? I just told you now, the breaking news coming in, that soldiers were trying to go and rescue and they were ambushed. How come they were ambushed?
Well, let's
soldiers against civilians that carried gun.
Can we take it that, apart from the fact that they got information that they were coming, the terrorists got information that the soldiers were coming in. Apart from that, should we also look at it that that is their terrain, so they're always on the lookout? The terrorists are always on the lookout.
No, it's not about terrain. Let me tell you something. If you are very close to the Nigerian soldiers or the Nigerian army, they are intelligent people. They don't just go on a mission for the sake of going on a mission. They are intelligent people. They do their surveillance. They do their researches very well before they embark on anything.
Yeah.
So these ones cleverly mapped out what they wanted to do, but they still got ambushed. Someone came up recently. One of our leaders came up recently and was saying something about the Jonathan time, when U.S. military men, they came to this country in collaboration with Nigerian military, trying to rescue the Chibok girls. They came and they said they wanted to go in with, to go rescue them with gas. And they were with their mask. You understand?
Yes.
The scenario was, they also had the mask. As soon as they get into where they want to get to, they will give the girls the mask and rescue them. As they were going through their surveillance, they saw that the Boko Haram people, they were wearing masks. That's how the U.S. troop withdrew, according to that leader.
Wow.
He said that's how they withdrew that year when they wanted to, rescue the Chibok girls. So, like I said, this thing is bigger than Nigerian military. It's bigger. We need, just like how Nigerian soldiers went to Ecomog in Liberia to help Liberia. That's how Nigeria needs. But in the case of Liberia, there was militarism, or how will I put it, going on in Liberia. But that's not what is going on. But this one is about terrorism. And it goes back to Nnamdi Kanu's matter now. He has been charged, and what's it called? Judgment passed on him. Now those who have done worse than him were captured. They were captured, pardoned, reinstated into society. Some were even brought into Nigeria, the Nigerian military.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Infiltration. I was getting there.
Those were not sentenced to life imprisonment.
No, they were not.
So
I was getting there. Like, okay, as a Nigerian, what do you have to say to the government? Hearing or seeing that IPOB leader has been labeled a terrorist and he's been sentenced, or the judgment has been passed and giving him a life imprisonment sentence. And we have the likes of Sheikh Gumi moving about freely, and the other guy, the ISWAP leader, moving about freely. What do you have to say to the government?
The energy that they exhibited in capturing
Nnamdi Kanu.
Exactly. Why can't they exert that same energy in capturing the leaders of these other proscribed?
What is it?
So my advice is for the government, but how? Like I said, we didn't listen. The advice is for them to go all out for these leaders. These are what is insurgency? When somebody is being referred to as insurgent, what does it mean? These are people who are not from here. The annoying part, my God, the annoying part is in a certain place. I think was it in Kwara State or where? Before you go to your farm, before they go to the farm, they called them and told them that they will be paying certain amount of levies or tax before they will be allowed to farm. In Nigeria, there is a state governor in that state.
Local government.
There is a local government chairman in that same local government where that community is. And you say that we should advise the government.
Do you think, I mean, how do I put this? What do you think has led to this effrontery and this guts that, like, see the story we just read now about the terrorists demanding for 100 million naira for each victim, that about 30 to 35%. What do you think must have brought about that?
It's simple. It's simple. Many of them were used during the elections.
Many of the terrorists?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when you look back, many of them were used during the elections. And after the elections, there was nothing for them.
Sorry, used in what term?
Is it my mouth you want to know that they hijack ballot boxes?
Okay, no, it's not
your mouth. Or they fight for their principals?
No, it's not your mouth.
Good. So, and when you want to do this kind of things, you give them arms and ammunition to do these things.
Yeah.
Some of them started with those arms and ammunition because at the end of the elections, they were neglected by their principals.
And so why not face the principals? Why face...
Because they can't get access to the principals.
Again.
These are people with able-bodied security personnel around them.
And that's your opinion.
So how can you get to them? So the best way to get their attention is to get to the people who are insecure.
But unfortunately, I don't think they're getting their attention because the leaders are not saying anything about it.
Okay.
And I am surprised that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has spoken up, at least for once in a very long while. He's spoken up about this, about the killings and the kidnappings of the Kebbi schoolgirls. And I think, do you think that it's as a result of Trump's intervention or Trump's threats to intervene in Nigeria's situation? Do you think that was the reason why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had to speak up?
Well, if you look at the trajectory, you understand that before Donald Trump came forward to utter those words, those statements concerning Nigeria's insecurity, you know, it was business as usual here.
Yes.
Anything that's going on in the middle belt, in the northern part of the country, is their business, you know. But because there is our sovereignty is at stake, that's why him and his cabinet, they are trying to, make us see like they are very, very responsible people or responsible government. My own thoughts, not the thought of TVM. Yes.
Yes.
That's. I just want to clear that one because I'm very angry. I mean, because it has not happened to you, none of these people who are being killed is your family member or friends that you know. You will not know how painful it is to lose these people in that circumstance.
And yes, exactly.
You understand? When I saw the video of that church, how they entered the church and did whatever they did, it's at this time, this is 2025, it's shocking.
Anyways, we look forward to hearing your thoughts and your perspective. We look forward to hearing what you think on the current state of the nation. I mean, there is no better topic to discuss as a time as this, other than to talk about the state of the nation, because as it is, the state of the nation is in a very terrible state. We cannot sugarcoat things all the time. The nation is on a very, very, very terrifying state, and I urge Nigerians to keep their hope alive, and I urge Nigerians to be at alert, like our guest has said. Be your brother's keeper, be watchful, be vigilant, and well, I say we should pray and hope for a better Nigeria, but I would say you should keep the hope alive. Do not forget that On Your Perspective is a show that airs every Friday by 2 p.m. and we hope to hear from you. It's a conversational show. We hope to hear from you through our DMs. Send us a DM, send us your comments on our different social media pages, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter, on X, formerly Twitter, and you can also send us a WhatsApp message, or you can call or send a text to the number on your screen, and our social media handles are displayed on the screen. That will be all from me, your girl, Mara Samuels. I want to say thank you for being with me, for staying with me, and thank you to my guest, Mr. Fred O'Neill, for joining me on today's segment. I really do appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to have me.
Thank you so much, Nigeria. We hope for a better Nigeria someday, and we hope that Nigeria will be a country where we have our hopes. And I pray that, you know, all of this do not end up in the drain. And I hope that we have a better future. That's it from me. Thank you, and do have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices.